Okay, Cameron, tell us about your organization, Dove. What is the mission with it?
Okay, so first of all, I just want to let everybody know the Dove is actually the name that I was cursed with when I was on the streets. The gang name that I had was Dove. And I always told myself, once I get to the point to where I'm able to give back, I'm gonna change that up and I'm gonna give it back as a blessing.
Wow.
So Dove is an thank you. So Dove is an actual acronym for Developing Organizing Visions for Everyone. And so at that time in my life as a young person, 15 years old, I was working out of somebody else's vision, and I wasn't working out of my own vision. And so my organization right now, what we do is we provide case management services for formerly incarcerated individuals that's coming home from prison. We make sure that they receive everything they need in order to be successful. Because one thing we have to remember is their mothers, their fathers, their uncles, their sisters, and most definitely our family.
Right.
And so we have to make sure that they get in the position to where they can be able to successfully give back to a community that they once took so selfishly from. Yes, and then
Wow.
the second part of the organization, we deal with at-risk teens and young adults, which is our TAY youth, from 15 to 26 years old. I snatch them right out of the court system to ensure that they have case management services, and I provide the judge with updates. And to date, I have 18 young people that's in college instead of prison.
Come on.
Yeah.
I love your passion about it. Like, your trials became your testimony, and you've been able to bless so many and impact so many lives. So you should be proud of yourself.
Oh, I am. Thank
That
you
is
so much.
amazing. And I also love the second chance in it all. The other thing, they're humans too. They may have done things, but we all deserve a second chance. You know what I mean? So, Sol, like, what do they get out of the program, and how much further would you like to see it go?
I'm an agent of change. So we're changing these guys that have been in prison. You were in 18 years?
19.
19 years. These guys they're spending some time. And so the whole thing is, okay, you've got this criminal thinking that's causing you to do this negative behavior, right? You're in prison because of that. And so we want to go back to their thinking and figure out why they think the way they think. And so what we found out is all these 50 guys had trauma. And so we had to go back and deal with that trauma. We went back to what we call the innocent child, right?
Yes.
When they were innocent, then all of a sudden this stuff happened, and then we dealt with the trauma. Our first group, we sat down, and there were 12 inmates, and we had a Kleenex in the middle, and we broke them down, and these are grown men. They start crying. They start bringing out this trauma. They could do it. It was a safe place to do it.
We had Mexican mafias. We had Crips, Bloods. We had white supremacists, Aryan Brotherhood, individuals that was a part of this program that was willing to change. And nobody originally wanted to share what trauma they had been through. And so it took, 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, until finally somebody said, you know what, I was abused. I was this, I was that. And so as the group started to share, that information, believe it or not, stayed in the room. And that was the catalyst for us to change.
Right.
We had so much against us, the prison guards against us, regular inmates against us, because no one understood the process and what we were going through. And the major thing was, none of it got back to the yard. And so we really started to trust each other. And once we got through this process of healing, through therapy, through all of this pain and hurt, and was able to put our stuff on the table, then and only then did we start the process of change. And we were the first group. And can you believe it? It's about 11 or 13 now.
We've trained almost 1,000.
1,000?
Yeah.
500 of those thousands have paroled, and they're out doing great things, running programs, helping the homeless, teenagers. I mean, it's just amazing watching these guys. I always tell these guys, when I got you, I was changing your diaper. And now look at you now.
Now look at you now.
Well, one thing to mention too
Yes.
is that out of the 500 that came out, we're looking at under a less than 1% recidivism rate of people going back in. So you compare that to, That's worth a clap for sure.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. You compare that to California. California's at 50% generally.
Yeah.
On the national scale, we're at 71%. So there's something radical about what's happening here.
If you like this video, smash that like button and subscribe to the Jennifer Hudson Show YouTube channel. Check your local listings or visit jenniferhudsonshow.com to see when you can watch full episodes in your area. And don't forget to sign up for the newsletter.